it's Michelle. Thanks for joining today for class. It is going to be more like a morning flow. So we're really going to focus on waking up the body, but there's a lot of articulation of the spine and also a little bit more movement and mobility of the shoulders to get your body ready for the rest of the day. So today's going to be a little bit more about just making sure that your movement is healthy, and it's really just about just moving the body, rather than instead of just going with this whole hip Pilates workout focus. So, all right, so let's get started. So we are going to start with a cat-cow position. So you are going to be in your quadruped, which is basically a tabletop. So your shoulders are going to be over your hands, your hips are going to be over your knees. From here, making sure that you're not just dumping into your shoulders like this, you're pressing into your hand so that your chest is slightly lifted here. That way you're just supporting your shoulders and your body with healthy shoulder blades here. And from here, we're just going to go into some cat-cow. So let's arch your back, look up towards the ceiling, really flare those bones out wide behind you. Inhale. And then exhale, tuck that chin as you round your spine in, looking in towards your belly button. Let's keep going with that. Inhale, arch. And then exhale. Really making sure to breathe into the back of the ribs here to really stretch out the back of the diaphragm. Just a few more at your own pace. I recommend to go a little bit slower here, but of course you can speed it up depending on how you're feeling this morning. Of course, if you want to add some side-to-side action, so like left shoulder to left hip, right shoulder to right hip, waving your tail, that's totally fine too. Or you can combine everything. So towards the left side, round your spine, right side, look up. Going into a big circle. We also call this disco kitty in really professional Pilates terms. It's all about just adding a little movement to wake up your body here. Moving your spine as if it's through peanut butter. To make it really ooey and gooey and super yummy as possible. Reverse the direction if you haven't, guys. We're just here for 2 more breaths. The last one. And bring it back to center. You are in a neutral spine. So imagine that there was like a yoga block on top of your hip and you can't drop it. From here, keep lifting those abs up, really close those rib cage in so it's not just falling forward towards the floor. Those hands are still underneath your shoulder blades. You're going to go into a few scapular glides here. So which means you're just going to close those shoulder blades by dumping your chest down. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Press into the hands to widen those shoulder blades, lifting the chest up. It's only like 2 inches down as you squeeze those shoulder blades and 2 inches up. Those arms remain straight. I know it's super subtle, but we're working the straightest here, which is that muscle, which is right underneath that armpit that wraps around the rib cage. Just focusing on stabilizing those shoulders as you're moving it a little bit more healthily and correctly. Can you also shine the insides of those elbows out in front of you towards the crown of the head so that your elbows are pointing towards your ribs? Just opening up your shoulders a little bit more, yeah. I like to imagine there's a Coke can behind my shoulders and I'm just squeezing it back, especially in that bottom corner of the shoulder blade. Which for you ladies is right where that bra line is. Because it's really easy to squeeze the top corner of the shoulder blade more than the bottom here. But we want to imagine that it's an elevator door. So those 2 corners are moving together. We're just here for 2. The last one. Press into the hands. create that neutral shoulders, this flat back once again, really great. We're still gonna work on a little bit more shoulder mobility here, guys. So from here, can you send that right arm out towards the side, towards the right side? Palms are facing down. You're gonna bend that elbow, bring it behind your head. Send it back out. Flip the palms so it's internally rotated. The hands are now facing up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbow so that the fingertip side taps the sacrum. Straighten it back out. Back to internally rotate. Bring it back towards your head. Out. Internally rotate. Sacrum. Out. Palms facing down. Head. Really great, guys. So I'm just gonna keep going with that, guys. I'm just gonna show it on my knees so you can really see the visuals. Out, palms facing up toward the ceiling, in. So the thing is, during this entire time, that shoulder is not elevated towards the ear, right? It's still plugged in. You're really just focusing on that arm bone, rotating in and out of the shoulder socket. Really great. It should start to feel a little bit achy here on your shoulders. That's totally natural, guys. As especially we're not really used to internally rotating and externally rotating our arm bones like this, especially in a very focused manner. One more. And then meet it back into the head. Let's go to the other side. Reach the left arm back out. You're still not quadruped, guys. I'm just on my knees to showcase. From here, bend that elbow. Hands gonna tap that back of the head. Send it out. Internally rotate, the palm is facing up towards the ceiling. Tap the sacrum. Out. Externally rotate, palms facing down. Head. Out. Really good, guys. Again, that shoulder is not tucking up towards the ceiling, up towards the ears here, guys. It's still tugged in towards the rib cage. Personally, for me, my left side is usually a little bit weaker. So my left shoulder blade definitely feels this. This is really good for also like opening up those shoulders as well, especially during the day. I know we're gonna start to slouch a little bit. So this just works. Is preparing the body before that, yeah? To just remind yourself to always stack your spine up. All right, we're just here for 2 more, guys. Really go a little bit slower to really focus on the shoulder, on the arm bone, rotating underneath that shoulder socket. 1 more. The last one, coming back towards the head. Shake it off. Whew. Really great, guys. All right, we're going to flip over into a bridge just to put a little bit more heat in the back of our legs here. So we're going to go into supine. So, which means your feet are going to be on the floor. Knees are hips width distance apart. Those feet are hips width distance apart. The tailbone's really heavy. The heels are really heavy. The back of your back of your ribs and your head is really heavy. From here, have your hands by your side. You can always have the palms facing up here as well if you just want to keep those shoulders a little bit open. And you're in a nice neutral spine. So you have a little bit of space underneath your lower back, just the size of a blueberry. So that's your neutral spine. Can you tuck that pelvis as you squash that blueberry, lengthen the lower back into the floor, and then you're going to initiate the raising the hips up, 1 vertebrae at a time into a bridge. Can you hold? Let's hold here. So from here, can you make sure that you can really lift your toes up if you wanted to. So you're making sure that you have a lot of weight on your heels, which is going to turn on those backside of those legs, those glutes and those hamstrings even more. Really send those knees out and away from you so that's stacked up over your heels. You're going to feel that straight extension of your hips, which means there's no creases in front of your pants or leg torso. All right, from here, inhale. Exhale, melt down starting from the sternum as you roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Give yourself a nice massage. Go back to neutral spine. Tuck that pelvis. Let's go back into a hip bridge. Inhale. Exhale, roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. All right, guys. Let's keep going at this at your own pace. Giving your spine a nice massage here with that articulation. And making sure those knees aren't wavering out or knocking in towards each other, no matter what stage you are with the bridge here. So both those inner thighs and those outer glutes are still working here to make sure your forearm is on point. You're still driving those abs up and in toward the sternum as well, so that that core is still active to support that lower back. Keep breathing here. So I like to always imagine that my spine is attached to like a Velcro strip, and you're taking it out one at a time, off. And then you gotta reattach it back one at a time without creating any like dimples or any raises. Really good. We're just gonna be here for one more. You should start to feel the back of your legs start to fire up a little bit more. And hold. This is also really good to just open up those hip points, those hip flexors, early on in the morning as well. Especially, again, we're going to end up sitting a long time during the day. I'll usually have an office job. So you're counteracting that by really straightening out those hips for once instead of just bending it. From here, we're just going to drop your hips 1 inch. Exhale, squeeze those glutes and send it back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop. Exhale, extend those hips. Inhale. Exhale. So just 1 inch down and 1 inch up is totally suffice here to start to feel the power here. The whole point is that the hips do not touch the floor. We're just here for 5 and 4. We're going to hold it up at the top in 3 and 2. Last one, shine it up towards the ceiling. Hold. From here, can you pulse up and pulse up? We're just here for 10 and 9. Make sure those knees are over those heels, guys. And 8, 7. Squeeze those glutes every time you shine it up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold before you melt yourself down. Really good, guys. Shake it off. So that was just a really quick little bridging series just to wake the body up a little bit more. From here, it's going to a quick stretch. So you're going to just straighten out your left leg down. Right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in towards your chest with your arms here. I like to even bring my knee in towards the right arm a little bit more just to give it a little bit more space to open up. Just breathe through this. And then it's going to a supine twist. So from here, you are going to cross that right leg up and over towards the left side. You might have to shift your hips towards the right to give yourself a little bit more space and stay aligned. From here, I like to have my left hand on top of my right knee, just to give a little bit of a push down. But make sure that that right shoulder is still on towards the floor, opening up that right arm out. So if you feel like your right shoulder is lifting up just to lower down that left right knee down, that's not the point. You want to keep that right shoulder down, and it's fine if the right knee is slightly lifted as long as you're feeling that twist. So try to keep the back of the right side of the rib really heavy down towards the floor. We're just going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Last one. Bring it back towards center. Realign your hips. It's going to a figure 4. So from here, right foot is going to go on that left knee. Flex that right foot to protect that knee. From here, this might be enough for some of you guys for that opening up that right hip. If not, let's go and reach in towards the left thigh and pull it in towards your chest. Whew. This should feel nice. 3 more breaths here. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Bring it down. Let's switch those legs. So this time, the right leg is going to be grounded down, left knee in towards your chest. Give it a little tug and a pull. Again, you can even pull it towards your left armpit here, giving a little bit more space. And when you're ready, you're going to cross that left leg up and over towards the right side. You can bring your hips towards the left to give yourself a little bit more space again. Let's make sure that left shoulder is grounded down onto the floor, opening the left arm out. And with the right arm, you're just going to press it slightly down, giving a little feedback as you go into that twist. We're just going to do 3 big breaths here. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Bring it back to center, realign your hips. And let's go into that figure 4. So bend that left foot, left leg, so that left foot is on your right knee. Flex that left foot. And you can stay here, again, with that figure 4, or with your hands, grab up towards the right thigh, and pull it towards your face. 3 big breaths again. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Really great job, guys. You're going to grab both legs down, extended long. Put a lot of weight on those heels on towards the floor so they're not lifting up. We're going to go into some roll-ups, guys. So then you're going to bring your hands up towards the ceiling. So just be prepared to use a lot of your core. From here, you're going to tuck your chin in. You're going to nod and curl up. Keeping your heels grounded, can you roll up 1 vertebrae at a time? Stacking your spine up. And from here, you're going to bend over into a reach over, keeping those abs tied in towards the spine so it's not spilling over towards your thighs. Really good. So really reach out and over those toes, creating that C curl. Stack your spine back up. And from here, tuck that sacrum as you roll yourself down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's keep going with that, guys. Arms towards those ears, up towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Stack your spine, roll, go onto it, roll over. So imagine there's like a beach ball in front of you. You're going up and over here. Really pulling the abs up and in towards the spine. Stack your spine up. Roll yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time. I'm just going to do this for a few more times, guys. Again, focusing on the articulation of the spine. Try to get rid of the momentum here. You are using your core. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Reach, 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 reach. Inhale, stack the spine up. And then roll on down, exhale. We just have 1 more. Can you go super slow for this last one? The slower you go, the more control you need. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Reach a little bit further out. Lengthening that spine. And inhale. Stacking the spine up. Really great, guys. Let's just finish with the child's pose. Or no, it's going to be an actual thing. So from here, you are going to go in the quadruped back up. This is your final exercise, guys. So shoulders over those hands once again when you're ready. Let's go into a plank. From here, make sure again those shoulders are supported so it's not dumping down. Bring those belly button up and in. Squeeze those glutes. Will you flex those heels? From here, can you extend those heels and flex? Extend and flex. Just adding a little bit of Move it into those ankles. We're just here for 4 and 3. Okay, keep driving up and in the abs away from the floor. Reach the crown of the head out long so the back of your neck is long. Last 2. Last 1. You are in a plank. From here, go into down dog. You might even drop your heels down. Pivot. Really pedal out your feet. Stretching out those calves a little bit. Really great. When your legs are balanced, both feet are down. Lift those heels up, round your spine as you go into a plank, and then send your hips back into a flat back. And again, you are going to ripple through your spine, starting from your lumbar, your thoracic, and your cervical, coming into a plank, and then exhale. So imagine that there's a wave rolling over your spine, really creating that articulation. 2 more, guys, super slow. The entire time, you're really bringing those abs in. Last one. Keeping that spine long. All right, I like last one, really 1 more to finish up those 6 reps. Also because it feels so good. Into that plank, knees down, and go into the child's pose, laying those hips over those heels. Really great, guys. Keep those forearms and those elbows lifted up to really lengthen out those arms. You can even send both of those hands towards the left side of the mat, putting a little bit more weight on towards the right hip, getting into a slight right side stretch. Shimmy those hands towards the right side of the mat, put a little bit more weight on towards the left side of the hip, getting into a left side stretch. Then let's come back to center, ripple forward once again. And you guys are good to go. So if you guys did this in the morning, great job. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do. I'll be still offering a lot of more Pilates content and other lifestyle content as well. So I'll be excited to keep seeing you guys. I would love to hear what you guys think. So comment, like, share, whatever will be so much appreciated. But until then, I will see you next time.